Thank you for joining us. Please enjoy this video featuring our guest speaker.
Hello everyone, my name is Shawn Varkey and I'm a seminarian for the Archdiocese of Galveston-Houston. St. Vincent de Paul is my home parish. I grew up here, I went to school here. I was formed largely at this parish and this school. One of the things that helped me discern my decision to enter seminary was altar serving. I grew up as an altar server here, and I'd like to share with you guys a reflection I wrote on altar serving, which was strongly been impacted from my time here at St. Vincent de Paul. It is important for the priest to be assisted by altar servers at Holy Mass because the presence of servers, in addition to practically helping things run smoothly, communicates the solemnity of Holy Mass to the faithful. It indicates the great and intricate care that must be taken in preparing and offering the sacrifice of Calvary, the Holy Mass. The altar server benefits greatly from his assistance at the altar. He has a greater degree of physical proximity to the priest and to the liturgical action than those in the congregation, and thus he gets a closer look at what the rest of the faithful see only from a distance. Because of this, he can see the devotion and piety of the priest more clearly and be inspired to greater virtue himself. The server is also able to witness those secret parts of the Mass, which the priest performs or utters almost indetectably. Seeing this reveals to him, more so than to the rest of the faithful, the great dignity of the priesthood, as well as the great dignity and seriousness of Holy Mass, as the representation of the sacrifice of Calvary. Whereas a member of the faithful in the congregation may daydream, lose focus, or doze off during the Mass without any temporal consequences, this is not an option for the altar server because he has physical tasks to do. If he fails to complete these tasks, the Mass will not run as it should. Thus, being an altar server requires attentiveness and participation to a degree that is not required by the faithful in the congregation. A more long-term benefit for servers is the adaptability and quick thinking skills that assisting at the altar instills in them. If something goes wrong while one is altar serving, the Mass continues and does not wait for the server to figure out what to do. In these situations, the altar server is forced to be decisive, having to choose what course of action to take very quickly, and adaptable, perhaps having to change plans from what was rehearsed prior to the Mass. Adaptability and decisiveness are both qualities that are valuable outside of the Mass as well, so it is worth noting that in addition to spiritual growth, consistent altar serving may also lead to growth from a worldly perspective. The role of an altar server is certainly not one that may be taken lightly or viewed as unimportant because of the obligation of setting a reverent example that comes with it and any function performed during the Mass. The altar server receives a certain degree of attention while he serves, as he almost constantly has eyes on him during the Holy Mass. He has the duty to direct this attention he receives to God by exhibiting reverence and prayerfulness in his posture, demeanor, gestures, and general behavior. He must obey our Lord's command and let his light shine before men, that they may see his good works and glorify their Father who is in heaven. He must exemplify the words of St. John the Baptist in his service at the altar. He must increase, but I must decrease. In doing this, the altar server leads the faithful to greater love of our Lord. In light of this, I'd like to invite all of you, especially, as I said earlier, because altar serving was so important in my discernment, young men who may be thinking about the priesthood, I'd like to invite you to our altar server training tomorrow, Saturday at 10 a.m. here in the church. It's still not too late to sign up. You can sign up on our website, and there was also an email sent out from the parish, so you should check your emails. Thank you, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.